Alright guys, Darren from FBA Elite and welcome back to another video. And for many of you, welcome back from the summer holidays. The summer holidays are over. Summer, if you can say we've had a summer in the UK, summer is over as well. The kids are going back to school, people are going back to university, and people that are employed are sitting there realizing they still hate their jobs. So I wanted to make this video this week to remind people that if you want to start an Amazon FBA business and have a product live this year before Christmas, you are running out of time. I would say you've got a maximum of 4 weeks to place your first order if you want to have any chance of starting an Amazon FBA business this year and getting that product live on Amazon for Q4, or should I say December really, because you're going to miss October and November. And the reason I've been inspired to make this video this week is one, I've been placing my own orders for inventory for Q4, and two, this is actually one of my busiest times of year for mentorship inquiries and course sales. So I just want to remind you guys of this, as so many people discover Amazon FBA and they keep saying, I'm going to do it eventually, I'm going to do it eventually. And your next thing you know, half the year's gone, or in this case, 3/4 of the year has gone. We're moving into September. And there's people that have subscribed to this channel probably 6-9 months ago that are still waiting to start the Amazon FBA business. I'm sure there's some of you as well that found this channel longer than 9 months ago and still haven't started your Amazon FBA business. But if we look at the Google Trends, we can see the busiest time of year, from my perspective, is usually January. This is when searches for Amazon FBA on YouTube peaks, which makes sense. People go back to work after Christmas. They realize they still hate their job. They're looking for a new business opportunity for the new year. And Amazon FBA comes up again and again throughout the social media world. And then things slowly decline for the rest of the year. And we bottom out in August. But after August, we see the second peak, which is during September, when people get back from the summer holidays and they've had the summer high just as they have the Christmas high. Then they realize their jobs still suck and they want to start Amazon FBA. So we see an uptick in inquiries in mentorship and course sales in September for people that want to start Amazon FBA this year. So that is why I'm making this video, to remind you guys you are running out of time. You have a maximum of 4 weeks left if you want to start an Amazon FBA business in 2023. So just to put this into a real world example of why you need to be taking decisions sooner rather than later. This is an order that I placed 2 weeks ago, and this is a good example of the sort of lead time you can expect if you buy a sea-shipped product from China. So I paid for this product or this order, should I say, on the 14th of August. This is Chinese, so they've done this the American way with the month first and then the date. But it's the 14th of August. I sent over the deposit. I pay a 30% deposit, and then I pay the final 70% on completion. That's the terms I have agreed with my supplier. And also, before I pay that final 70%, I have a third-party inspection done, as there's no way I'm giving the supplier 100% of my money until a third party is validated. They have produced the goods to the specification that we agreed. And if you look on the order, you can see here that I've got a specification doc attached to it. So everything you agree with your supplier, put into a document, sent to your supplier, and they can attach it to the trade assurance order, as you can see here. So if your supplier does not deliver things exactly to spec, you can hold them to account. Don't just trust that the supplier is going to deliver what they tell you. Everything you agree needs to go into that specification document. So with this particular order, this was for 1,500 units, and this was for just over $10,000. So I've sent them a few £1,000 already, and I'll send them the other £7,000 probably around about the middle of September. So to give you an example of this product, my average lead time from ordering until the manufacturer has actually manufactured the goods is around about 30 days. So I paid the deposit in the middle of August. The goods will be produced by the middle of September. Then I'll arrange an inspection. So that's going to add another week into the timeline, as it takes. It's usually the inspection is done in 1 day, and then they'll report usually within 48 hours. And then I'll need another day or two if the supplier needs to make any amendments. So I write off a week for inspections. Then my freight forwarder will get involved and come and collect the goods. So hopefully these goods will be leaving China by the end of September. They'll spend 4 weeks on a boat. Then when they arrive in the UK at the end of October / early November, it will take another 1 to 2 weeks to unpack that container, get a delivery slot booked in with Amazon, and get those goods to Amazon. Then actually Amazon process them into stock so they're available for next day delivery, which can take a few days as well. So potentially this order, which I placed in the middle of August, will be arriving and available for sale to Amazon customers from, at the earliest, the start of November, but more realistically, the middle of November. So depending on what your overall lead time, if you're using a sea shipped product, then it's probably gonna be somewhere between 10 to 12 weeks. That's why if you're ordering, you need to get your order in soon. Otherwise, your product will not be arriving before December. Now, if you're picking a small and light product you can fly in, then you can probably take 3 weeks at least off of that, as you're only going to spend a week or so with the goods being flown in rather than 4 weeks on the boat. But you've still got that time frame either side of doing inspections and getting the products to Amazon, etc. So that's why I wanted to make this video now, to remind you guys you are running out of time. However, I'm going to contradict what I've just told you, which is don't obsess too much about Q4, about December. So one of the reasons that we get a peak of inquiries for mentorship and call sales in September is people want to be selling in December and make loads of money during peak season. There's a few things to keep in mind about that. One, if you've done your research correctly, and I always talk about not picking a product that is too seasonal, you're going to sell well throughout the year. So it doesn't matter if you launch in November or December or February or March or July. Hopefully you're still going to make good sales. Number two, if sales are indeed inflated in December, it's actually going to be more difficult for you to launch that product. If you're picking a product where you want to sell 300 units per month, but in December it's 500 units, that's how many you're going to have to sell to get ranked. So sometimes it's easier to launch in the quieter months. And thirdly, Q4 for me and for many people that I've spoken to doesn't end in December. I actually find the busiest month of the year for me is January. So if you don't get your products into Amazon by the start of December or mid-December, don't worry too much. There's plenty of opportunity throughout the year. If you've picked the right product, you're probably going to be better off launching not in December anyway. You'll probably be better off launching one of the other months of the year. And if you do launch in December or mid or late December, there's plenty of sales to go around in January as well. So don't worry too much about that. So if you do want a product live this year, you need to get things moving quickly. You've probably got a maximum of 4 weeks, but really don't make bad decisions just to hit that deadline. I'd rather someone take a few more weeks and launch in January or February and do their research and understand this business model fully. Now, if you are thinking about starting Amazon FBA and want a full guide, we've got a free PDF here that you guys can download. This will be linked to in the description. So go through the description, you'll find a link to this PDF, or you can go to fbaelite.com, go to the resources link at the top, and you've got a link here, how to make £1,000 per month with Amazon FBA. You can watch the associated video and download the PDF. Now, if you're struggling to find a product, I'm going to pop up a video now which shows you how I found 25 products in 1 week, and I'll see you guys over there.